I've got a donor. Yeah. All the guitars you're hearing right now were recorded with this, the Thomann DST-550, a budget guitar that costs less than a lot of people spend on a single pedal. So to keep this simple and straightforward, I just picked the Valeton GP50, no real amps, no plugins, no studio rack, just this guitar into this box. The question is, can a setup this cheap actually carry a full song? So let me show you exactly how I wrote this track from start to finish. Yes, Gumroad did send me this DST-550 for free, but this video is not sponsored, so I'll just give you my honest thoughts. Every single guitar part you'll hear is this Gumroad, and I'll break just them down inside the DAW so you just can hear what this thing just really does in a mix. Let's start with how it feels, and then we jump straight into the song. So this is the Thomann DST-550. Out of the box, it just feels better than I expected for the price. The neck is slightly slim, set it on the back, really easy to move around, carbonized Canadian maple, fretwork, no sharp fret ends, nothing cutting my hand, which is already a win at this budget, and a whammy bar with 2-point synchronized tremolo. Body is on popular wood, it got locking tuners, which is a plus on these budget guitars, and everything just holds up in tune. You don't buy a guitar just to stare at the fret ends, right? You buy it to plug it in. So let's just hear it through the GP50, because that's where the real story is. If you enjoy this kind of content, I'll talk a lot about gear, and especially on the Valeton line, you just give it a subscribe. So now we're gonna test the clean sound on this guitar. I'm using the GP50 with my NAMM presets. It's the same preset that I use on the GP5, but now on the GP50. I will put the links below. I'm just gonna add the distortion just to have a little bit of more bite. So let's move to the distortion pack with the Marshall. So to hold better the drop D, I think I'm gonna have changed strings. It holds up, but it's not... I need a thick one. Now amplitude. Let's see the sustain. It sings. So for this beauty, you can have a promo code as well. Just stay till the end. You're gonna know what is the promo code. 10% off. For delete, I'm gonna use probably now this. This actually can fit a bunch of genres, because you can go from blues and go for metal as well. Of course you can go for metal. So let's jump just straight to the song. First off, this is the whole mix. We have a lot of guitars, 15 tracks of guitar. We're gonna take all the effects and the EQs, everything off, so you can listen the raw sound. So the main riff on the Valeton, I have this preset. It's just a clean sound, straightforward, nothing too fancy. The compressor here helps a lot for this guitar to give a little bit of more fullness. Actually, this is on the neck pickup. Then we go to the next section. So don't forget, this is a raw sound. I will show you with some EQ. Here I just use again the neck pickup. This is really on the edge. On the amp, I'm just using JCM800, all the gain possible, and I'm using a little bit of the yellow overdrive, micro boost, EQing a little bit, just pulling up more the mids. And here we are just using UK200 with the DST. And of course, I'm using a little bit of pitch because here in the GP50, the low pitch works better than the octave. Now we're gonna listen on the solo. Here is what I think the guitar just sings. I think I'm using humbucker. I'm using the JCM800 again. Yellow drive again, a little bit of gain. The micro boost, the EQing. No effects in the DAW right now. Oh yeah, I use the delay as well. And I use the whammy bar here. So on this section, I'm just having double track the distortion. I have the pitch, just to give a little bit of more bottom end. Right guitar. And here we have the right one. And both. With the whole, with everything. If you want to download this guitar presets on the GP50, you can. I must warn you that these presets were made to this song and to this specific guitar. If they don't work on your guitar, you just can tweak around the effects. On every solo, I'm just using the bridge pickup. And then we have the final section, that is where I just push the guitar over the top. It's pretty on the mix, I think, but standing alone, it's not pretty. No effects in the DAW. Better to listen in the mix. Here we have the final solo again, just without effects. Who is this guitar for? First, beginners who want just to learn guitar and recording. A guitar at this price is just enough to start writing and finishing songs at home. So you'll probably upgrade later, but the experience of actually completing tracks is what really levels you up. So on the second one, people on a strict budget building a home studio. If a nicer guitar isn't in the budget yet, this shows you can still get convincing mix ready tones if you're willing to spend time dialing in your sounds. No extra plugins or expensive gear needed. So on third, songwriters who see the guitar as a tool. If you just need a guitar that's always on a stand next to your desktop to capture ideas, something like this can absolutely be the daily workhorse. I think it's gonna be mine from now on. So about the limitations. It has pros and of course it has cons. The dynamic range and sustain aren't on the same level as the mid-range or high-end instruments, and if you start gigging hard, a pickup upgrade and a good setup will just be enough. Good writing, good arrangement and a smart use of your gear matter way more than your gear. Huge thanks for Donner for sending me this DST-550 so I just could run this experiment. I just wanted to see how far I could push a budget guitar in a real song. You can get a 10% discount on the code GeorgeAL. I'll just leave a link in the description with all the details. I'll just play you out with a bit more of the track and see you in the next one.